Good morning, everybody. This is the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay.
People are going to think
it's
you're
a lovely morning.
People that watch this are going to think you're the one that actually does that first thing in the morning.
I know, because every time. Well, I don't always forget.
That's your goal, isn't it?
I should have you play the music a little bit. But just the last few notes.
Why, you're going to edit it out anyways?
No,
Didn't you edit it out of a couple of them?
just the parts where you talk.
Ouch.
That's a lot of commercials.
That's kind of mean, Jay.
All the videos are just me saying, yeah, no.
Yeah, right. Unless you get on your soapbox.
Then it's
Yeah, then it's like, gosh, just shut up.
and I'm
Jay.
all over the place. Well, yeah, I listened to one of my soapbox issues.
Did that bring light to? Is that why you're not talking very much now?
I was like, what? How did you get from there to there? What?
Did you? Oh, you talking about yesterday's show?
No, not yesterday's show, but one of the shows that accidentally got all erased.
Yeah, because yesterday's show we ended up talking about a Bible study that we had about sex in God's eyes.
Yeah.
And that was that's something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah, it's important. It's an important issue.
So, and we're probably going to do that. Maybe the start of next week we might do that.
Yeah.
Bring up because we had a really good Bible
Because we have
study.
a plan every day.
Yeah.
We got a storyboard over there,
Yeah. Right.
and everything we're going to talk about today is on it.
Yeah. What board are you looking at? I guess we could write it here on the glass.
We could, I'll get a grease marker,
Yeah.
grease pencil.
Or just a dry erase marker would be better, less messy.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't wipe off.
Oh, yeah, but that depends. I mean, I've never really had a problem with them wiping off a real glass. It's the plastic that you got to worry about.
I don't know if it's real glass. It's also tinted.
Yeah, that's real glass.
It's tinted.
Is it?
Yes.
And it's also soundproofed. Yay, we figured something out today.
Anyway.
So, anyways, yeah, rabbit trails.
Rabbit trails. Ooh, what?
Squirrel!
Is that an elbow print up there?
An elbow print.
Looks like an elbow print.
Where? What? All right, now, you need to stop that. That embarrasses me every time I realize that I've been doped like that.
Duped. You've been duped.
All right, so back to where I was.
Where you was.
Where I were. How would I say that? Back to where I was. Right? Yes.
Yes.
Here in Missouri, we use the word was in all the wrong places. Like.
Yes, we was.
All right, I'm going to just start over with this. Praise be to God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort. Not just some comfort,
Amen.
but all comfort.
He is.
All right, who comforts us in all of our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any troubles with the comfort that we ourselves received from God.
Yes.
So we're supposed to pass it on.
Yes.
For just as we share abundantly in the sufferings of Christ, so also our comfort abounds through Christ. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patient endurance of the same sufferings that we suffer. And our hope for you is firm, because we... Oh, man, this new Bible app is so glitchy.
Glitchy?
Yes. Like it just goes blank, just for no reason. And I totally lost where I was. I liked the old version of it better. Okay, so.
YouVersion, is that what it is?
Yes.
Did you uninstall and reinstall?
Yes, I have, like twice.
Oh.
All right, so if we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patient endurance of the same sufferings that we suffer. And our hope for you is firm, because we know that just as you share in our sufferings, so also you share in our comfort. We do not want you to be uninformed, brothers and sisters, about the troubles that we experienced in the province of Asia. We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure. Now that's one thing that you got to look at. Far beyond our ability to endure. Do you ever feel that way?
Yes.
Far, like you're being...
No.
You don't feel that way?
Well, yes. But I do think,
Under great pressure, far beyond your ability to endure?
yeah, sometimes.
I mean, if we could handle it, then we wouldn't need God, right?
Yes. like this is one of those moments.
Why you feeling under pressure?
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. It wasn't a funny joke.
No.
It wasn't that kind of joke.
Keep it to yourself. Anyway, so so that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death. But this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God. See, that's the important part here that we're talking about. That we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead. He has delivered us from such a deadly peril, and he will deliver us again. See, that's him basically expressing his faith there. On him we have set our hope, that he will continue to deliver us. As you help us by your prayers, then many will give thanks on our behalf for the gracious favor granted us in answer to the prayers of many. So Paul was, not only was he writing letters encouraging people and instructing the churches that he started, because he kept in constant correspondence with all the churches that he started.
Right.
Which, he was basically writing all the time. Most of them were from prison.
And he was talking about comfort, not suffering.
Right.
Because he went through a lot of suffering.
Yeah, he did.
But he was comforted in spite of it.
And see, even whenever he did talk about suffering, he just said, like here in verse 8, he says, we were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death. That's some pretty harsh words there.
Yeah.
But he's talking about being comforted. He goes on to say next after that, but this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead. And he always lets people know that, God who raises the dead, because, he's a God over death. Jesus is the ruler over death.
Yeah.
So he's delivered us from such deadly peril and will deliver us again. And he expresses his faith to them. And he will deliver us again. I'm pretty sure there were times when he was like, oh, man. He doesn't talk, he doesn't talk in his letters about the times whenever he was in real despair and almost gave up.
Yeah.
There had to be times.
There had to be times.
Yeah. Like whenever, when you're sitting there in prison and you're in the center of the prison, in the center cell, basically, in prisons back then, they had the ground sloped inward on all sides towards the middle, and there was a cell in the middle. So when people would use the bathroom, they would roll downhill to that drain. It's in the center.
Right.
So he's basically literally sitting in, like, the.
Well, I'm sure it was a place to die, because that's where cholera comes from and all kinds of diseases.
Oh yeah, it had to be just
nasty. Filthy.
Nasty. And of course he probably despaired.
I'm sure.
But there's what he did when he despaired? He sang hymns and stuff too.
Yeah, he did.
And that probably angers the devil something fierce.
I'm sure.
So, and that's what we try to do here. Because you notice, Jay, whenever we're feeling depressed or down and we're not going anywhere really,
No, I usually don't notice those times.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Yeah, you do.
What?
That's sarcasm,
Anyways.
Everybody. You can't see his face. He's not doing very good today.
No.
I'm going to have to, shock him with something later. Just, tase him or something to get him awake. But despair. We're talking about despair.
Right.
And God's comfort in despair.
Yes, that's despair. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you finish the scripture?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where were you?
I thought I was waiting for you to still read.
I was done reading the scripture.
Oh, you were done reading.
Yeah, that was 10 minutes ago.
Right.
And
so we expect things to do differently. I expect things to go differently a lot of times. Usually I imagine I have these great imaginations about what I expect.
Yeah, high expectations. We've been
Very
known to
high
do that.
expectations.
And then you know what? We don't get as high as we expected. As far,
Right.
no, I don't mean you know what I mean. We
It doesn't go the way we imagined it.
exactly. And then we kind of despair about it. But then the Lord gives us something to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Something to not despair over.
Yeah.
So, wow, you are a one-word answer kind of guy today.
No.
Yes. So, anyways, thanks all for all your help today, Jason.
I am helpful.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in here by myself today.
What?
Yeah, you're your eyes are half closed.
You mean like this?
Yeah. If we keep silent long enough, the music will start.
So you better talk.
That's not fair.
So I noticed your beard's getting grayer.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah,
I noticed your hair. You got some gray coming in on the sides too.
I know. I've had that for a long time though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks-
yours just also like I.
That's because I usually don't let it grow out this long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You should see the look on his face right now.
Jason knows how to hurt my feelings in the mornings.
That is that. Thanks for noticing.
Oh, I mean, I know I've got gray. I mean, come on. I earned these.
I
gray
have it in
hairs.
my eyebrows.
Yeah, you do. That you mean your eyebrow? How's it feel? How's it feel?
feels well. They feel like eyebrows.
No, I'm talking about because you did this. I made you go straight face.
There's a space in the middle. See?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Believe that. Now, what are you doing over there?
My nose itches, and I'm stretching.
Oh, they look so comfy over there. So, anyways, yeah, we're talking about comfort in the Lord. So, life throws things at you sometimes that just you sit there and you think to yourself, God, why? Why are you letting me go through this? When I was reading something on, I like this page on Facebook. It's about church leadership, and there's 3 reasons it says that God makes you wait. And I think I have it pulled up. And there went my phone. We'll have to get to that after the break. We got a short break coming up here in just a minute. So, and yes, the show is almost half done.
No way.
Yeah.
It just flew right by.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Did I fall asleep?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Sounded like it. So, yeah, be sure and text us at 417-597-4821.
I have this paranoia that I'm getting a cold.
Well, don't be paranoid about it. Rebuke it in the name of Jesus. It'll go away.
I do rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
Do you really?
I saw this dripping nose, and this guy wiped his nose with his hand and then shook my hand with that hand.
Now, did you wash your hands right after that?
No.
You didn't
I didn't have an opportunity.
I mean, you didn't lick your fingers
Rub
or
it in
anything.
dirt.
Yeah, rub it in dirt.
No.
That's not. Yeah, and what we do, we deal with not the cleanest of people.
No.
I had a.
This was a clean person.
So he wiped his nose and then shook your hand.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you reliving it right now?
Yeah.
I can see the look on your face. You look like you're about
Ooh.
to. That's You might think it's funny, but it's not.
What?
Come on.
So of course now my nose is itching, and I'm all paranoid and having symptoms of
I
something.
mean, we can.
That's not there.
Right, and sometimes we can make ourselves sick by thinking that we're sick.
Right.
Yeah, the mind is a very powerful thing.
What?
Yeah, people can't see your face.
Yeah, they will be able to in 2025
Yeah,
when these videos
providing
are
you don't
released.
delete them all again.
Right.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have to get Tanner back on the air.
Well, I have to edit,
We're gonna have to get
submit them, and then delete them.
That's
what I need.
We're gonna have to get Kristen back on the air again.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other people that I want to get on the air. We gotta.
We were supposed to have somebody this morning, but I didn't announce it ahead of time, and haven't heard from him or seen him in a while.
Yeah, he said he's
So I thought maybe he wasn't going to be here.
kind of on hiatus.
Yeah, I
something.
texted him this morning. He didn't answer. I said, "Hey, man, you coming today or what?"
We're gonna try and get people on the air here that can share their testimony of overcoming with no, not overcoming. Well, it is overcoming different trials and tribulations. Now we will have here before long.
Recovering.
There's a lady named Kelly Knosby, and she's going to have a little radio show that.
Has she submitted any yet?
Well, she submitted a couple, but I want to make sure
To
that
you?
I want to make sure that I have at least 4 of them before we get started, so that way she won't be under any pressure to, I have to do one for next week. You know?
Right. I
Yeah.
see.
See, so I want to be able to set up at least a month's worth.
Well, it could be a special, like something week. A special week.
Yeah.
Right. So she's not even pressured to have it every week.
Yeah, we just have to let everybody know like a week in advance.
Yeah.
And
Overcomers Week.
Overcomers Week.
Halloween.
She's going to introduce us to other people that have overcame some
The week
serious
of Halloween. is
serious
Overcomers
obstacles.
Week.
The what?
Something like that.
Halloween overcomers.
Could be a holiday series.
Yeah, Halloween's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here in a couple months.
Yep.
Wow. It's already I can't believe it's already almost September.
I can.
Or as your people would say, September.
Yeah, because this is August.
It is August, yeah.
So right after that is September.
Way to be, way to be. What would you call that? Patronizing?
Well,
I think that would be called patronizing.
I'm sorry.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a real quick break, and I'll have to pick up my phone because I accidentally threw it across the recording booth.
Yeah, it bounced.
It did. I'm glad that thing is made out of Kevlar because it would have been broke a long time ago.
Double thud bounce. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull up some music here, and gonna let you guys listen to a little bit of music while we take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is the Morning Drive.
Hey.
All right, welcome back. This is the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. We're glad to have everybody here this morning. My co-host is not yet in the studio back with me, but he's still probably talking more than he was before. Welcome back, Jay.
Yes.
So today we're talking about comfort in the Lord.
Comfort in the Lord.
That's right. We need to take comfort in the Lord.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes God makes us wait for comfort, though.
Yeah, sometimes he does.
People might think that he's making you wait, or maybe he's not listening to you, or he's not hearing your prayers. He might be mad at you. A lot of people might think that.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, God, when he makes you wait, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose.
Right.
Because he wants to...
he has a plan.
He wants to overwhelm you with comfort.
Right.
He wants the comfort when you wait to be that much more intense.
Right.
And much more praiseworthy.
Yeah, and this too shall pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he comforts me a lot. I usually, whenever I get to feeling kind of down, which, I might be a little bit right now.
He comforts me a lot. Too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I try to get into the Word. That's the best way I've found.
I think I was diagnosed at one point in my life as major depressive.
Yeah? Yeah, I was diagnosed with, what was it?
Which I'm not now.
Not really depression, but I think I had a severe anxiety disorder.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I still fight little remnants of it from time to time.
I have anxiety attacks once in a while too.
Yeah, and then I remember my first anxiety attack. I thought I was dying.
I mean, it's once in a great while, but I haven't.
It was one of those things where you're like, oh man, my toes are getting tingly. My heart's beating real fast. I'm dying. I'm having a heart attack.
Right.
And a lot of people think it. Anxiety attacks are no fun because then I don't want to be around anybody.
Yeah, your heart's pounding and you're breathing real heavy and
yeah, and just
you can't control it. You can't explain it. You don't know why you're having it, so it's not like you can sort it out.
Right, and then you're sitting there. The more your heart beats, like the faster your heart beats.
So are we talking ourselves into panic attacks right now?
No.
Oh.
Are you?
No.
Oh. So the more your heart beats, like the faster your heart beats, the more scared you get. The more scared you get, the more adrenaline you get.
There's a word for that.
What?
Being acutely aware of your own heartbeat. They have a word for that,
Do they?
Yes.
What's that word?
I don't know.
What? Why bring it up? We're gonna have to do
a whole bunch of words. I saw a list on Facebook, of course, so it's true. There was a whole list of words,
right,
for feelings that we cannot describe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I made the comment, "Wow, that explains exactly how I feel all the time."
So there's a word for being acutely aware of your own heartbeat?
Yes.
Huh. And you don't remember what that word is?
Yeah, they're like way out there words that you can't even pronounce.
Oh. Yeah, I can't really
I'd challenge an English teacher to say them right.
Like it ends with us and
like pharmaceuticals,
Pharmaceuticals?
Yeah. Pharmaceutical words, it's like those words aren't even supposed to be together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
those letters aren't even supposed to.
Kind of like when we was watching Looney Tunes when we was a kid, the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Like, it was say Roadrunner, and then it would have like a made up Greek name underneath it.
Right.
Fasticus Runicus.
Oh,
Domesticus Fasticus Runicus type of deal.
Right.
Sounds like
that. It's like that. I think that's the word, actually.
I went through this.
I think that's the word for the acute awareness of your heartbeat.
Yeah, Fastimus Decimus. Yeah, awarenesses. Yeah, I've got this thing up at work now where I'll give everybody Greek names
Right.
or the gladiator names.
I give people names at work too. Sometimes they have to earn it.
Like your name would be Jasonius Copernicus. Yeah. So you're looking at me kind of blankly. Jasonius Copernicus.
Well, I saw a foot chart that tells your heritage, and I think it said I was Greek.
A foot chart?
Yeah, the shape of your toes and stuff.
Is your middle toe longer than your big toe?
What?
Your middle toe. You got.
I don't know. I actually just compared it to the chart, and that was it. I'm not super aware of. Now, if I see a picture of somebody's foot and it looks like my foot, I'm like, how'd they get a picture of my foot?
Huh.
That reminds me of a story. Okay, you're gonna love this story.
Finally, he starts talking.
Hey, I have this all of this in a book too. So, well,
it's not published yet, though. Right?
It'll never be published.
No.
But my first wife and I, we had an occasion where we needed a camera.
Yeah.
Because we had to take some pictures.
Yeah.
And we had a camera.
Yeah.
And it had film in it.
Yeah.
So we go to get the camera, and we get the camera out, and there's no pictures left, no film left. We're like, I don't remember taking the rest of that roll. Oh, well, let's, so we threw it in the box. 10 years later, we developed this roll of film. And it was so cute. There's a picture of the ceiling fan. Huh, who took a picture of the ceiling fan? There's a picture of the cobweb in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
I don't remember taking a picture of that cobweb in the corner of the room. There's a picture of the Band-Aid on the floor.
Nice.
Stuck to the carpet.
Oh, well. Well, the carpet probably had a boo-boo.
And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't remember. What happened here? Then there's a picture of underneath the refrigerator.
Underneath the refrigerator?
Underneath the refrigerator. Somebody decided, hey, let's take a picture underneath the refrigerator. Then there's a picture of a little tiny foot in front of the refrigerator. And I said, now I know what happened. So here's this 16-month-old baby. Goes and gets the camera. Shoots up all the film until it's gone. And puts the camera away where he found it. 16 months old. Is that even possible?
Who was it?
Noah.
Noah? Noah did that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I'm looking through these pictures, and you can imagine I'm looking through this normal roll of film, people, smiles, places, and then here's this, what? And, yeah, so I put him in there. I called it the roll that was stole.
The roll that was stole?
Yeah, and I showed the evidence, which was his foot. I
That's
showed all
funny.
the pictures of the stuff that he took pictures of, and then a picture of his foot, which there was only one foot that it could be belonged to.
Yeah, but for 16-month-old?
Yes, there was only one 16-month-old. And
so, he had to know to snap the picture. Was it an auto-winding camera?
No.
So then he had to wind it?
Oh, it was, yeah. No, I think it was auto-winding.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, man, that's even smarter than
But
me
the thing
sometimes.
is, you have to turn it on and then turn it off. Because when we turned it on, it still had battery. It's not like you put it away with it on. Well, I guess maybe they turn off automatically.
They probably do.
They probably do. They don't turn on automatically.
No, they don't. So till this day, he's probably mechanically inclined.
So he watches a lot closer than we realized. And, I should remember that because I didn't realize that about that circumstance. But that 16-month-old baby was watching us really closely when we were using that camera.
They call that the parrot stage.
The what?
Whenever they're really paying attention to what you're doing, and they imitate you.
Yeah, he sure did.
Like I remember that time I was riding in the car, and Tanner.
So you know what we did anyway?
What'd you do?
There's something I forgot to. Now there is a moral to the story. So I cleaned out from under my refrigerator.
That was the takeaway from this.
Yeah, it wasn't even the same house. I was like,
make sure your refrigerator's clean now.
Yeah, underneath it. Yeah.
That's so
not
funny.
even the same refrigerator. It was like, I don't know.
Not be careful what you do because your children are watching.
Right.
But clean out from underneath the refrigerator.
Yeah, and it wasn't quite 10 years later. It was a while. It was a long time.
That's funny. Well, I mean, kids imitate you.
So there's a story.
That's a good story.
Your turn.
Okay, so kids imitate you. That's what we're talking about
Yeah,
now,
they do.
apparently.
Mhm.
You got to be real
Yeah.
careful what you say and do around children because they will do what they learned from their parents.
Yeah.
And they will say things that they learned
that
from
should
their
be
parents.
good.
That should be good,
That should
theoretically
be a good
speaking.
thing.
But when you go to school and you flip the teacher off and say, "Do you know what this means?"
Right.
with a smile on your face and don't understand why you're getting in trouble
Right.
because your parents did it, so we really got to watch what we say, what we do around our children because they are watching.
Right.
And
So who did that?
that was me, actually.
Okay.
I remember being in kindergarten. I went up and I showed the teacher my middle finger, and I said, "You know what this means?" And then I proceeded to tell her what it meant.
Right.
And I didn't understand why I was getting in trouble. Because, I really didn't know that it was bad. It happened all the time at my house.
Right.
And if not from my parents, from my older siblings. That's another thing. If you're an older sibling, believe it or not, you are looked up to, you are imitated, impersonated, and everything by your younger siblings.
Right.
You're the example that they try to live by. And, like there was one time I was I was in a car. My son was my son Tanner, he's been on the show before, was in the back seat, in his car seat. He was like, I don't know, like maybe 1 year. I think it was around a year, a little bit over a year old.
Yeah.
And I was talking. Okay, so the woman that I was with, Tanner's mom, and I really can't.
So yeah, you've already let the cat out of the bag.
She had an issue with shaving her legs at that point in time.
This may come back on you.
It might. So if you're listening, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to out you. Anyways,
Too late.
I was kind of poking fun. I was like, like Chewbacca from, Star Wars, and then I went, ooh, like that.
Right.
And then from the back seat, I hear, and that's been a thing ever since. And we just kept doing that back and forth. It was one of the cutest things. We did that over at
I'm sure Mom thought it was adorable.
Oh, she laughed about it.
Did she?
If she's listening, she's probably not laughing now.
No,
but
she probably, yeah. See, I don't think I've actually met her. I think I've seen her.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And
I think
I stood there right next to her, but we've not been introduced and we don't know each other.
Yeah, the last time that I just got to
That was not an introductory moment.
No, it was not. She didn't. She was not very happy.
Yeah, that looked like a you might get slugged in church moment.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't have done that. She's not that mean. She's never slugged me or physically done any confrontation of any sort.
Really? Wow, that's good. See, I tend to bring that out in women.
Huh? Why is that? Is it because you're sarcastic all the time?
I don't think so, but I'm also very direct. I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You're trying to make me look.
You almost looked. You fought it. I saw you fighting it.
So, yeah, I'm very direct and sarcastic.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
putting it lightly. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, like you see these things on Facebook, and everybody's like, laugh out loud. Yeah, try that. See, well, I was actually like that. When they say things like, if your wife is hysterical, tell her that she's overreacting, and she'll calm down immediately.
Oh, you laughed. We laughed for a good 5 minutes when we read that. We're like,
yeah, because that's
right.
just not true. And I know for sure because I've tried it. I have tried it.
Yeah, and women definitely have the upper hand on men.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I really do. But they're sweet. They're cute. They're fun to be around. And
see, I don't feel like that women have the upper hand.
not
at all.
I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean like women can have us wrapped around their little fingers easy because they're cute.
I do hear that, and I feel that way as a man. But when I look out from the outside, looking in at relationships, it really seems like the women are more wrapped around the fingers than the men are.
Huh? Doesn't seem that way. Well, of course,
women seem to be so much more emotionally affected by the man, and so much more concerned about where he is and what he's doing, and
that's true.
And what they need to do to make him happy, and all that seems to be so much more important.
Men are pretty simple yet profoundly complicated all at the same time.
What?
And the same thing with women.
See today is like I'm going to say the opposite of everything you say today.
Why?
Well, because it makes good conversation.
No, it doesn't. I need you to agree with me from time to time.
Yes.
Oh man, he's full of jokes today, everybody. But be sure in Texas, we're not
agree.
putting we're not putting women down in any way, shape, or form. Boy, that was bright.
Better not. I have a mom.
Yeah, and I do too. I love my mama.
I love my mom too.
I'm a, we
Oh, did we get a?
yeah, I'm getting a text from our correspondent.
Are we in trouble?
No. She said it depends on the man and the woman.
Yeah, but
That's true.
But I'm saying in general, it does depend on the man and the woman, and you will find a circumstance where a man is wrapped around a woman's finger. But I think in general, the weight of the relationships that I see from the outside, it seems like the woman is definitely much more wrapped around the man's finger because of the way she acts. She's much more concerned about him, how he feels, and
yeah, because women
always
feel,
responding to
women
him.
definitely feel more than men do for the most part.
Yeah.
Well,
men are more like,
or at least express it.
Men are more like, what?
Yeah, well, men are like, we don't. I don't know. To be sensitive is to not be manly in today's society.
Yeah.
And I'll admit I am a sensitive man.
Yeah.
I am the. I've been accused of being the woman in the relationship a lot.
Yeah.
Because I like to do cheesy things, say cheesy things, leave like little cheesy notes and things like that. So you're right. It depends on the man.
Yeah, and
we've
woman. All felt like we are really just groveling for our woman's attention at a time, or we are just groveling for forgiveness about something. But brother, when it gets to that point, it ain't because you're wrapped around her finger.
Really?
Yeah, it's because you really messed up and didn't care what she thought, and now you're paying. You know what I mean? That's kind of the opposite. But in the moment, you feel like you're wrapped around a finger because you're just trying to do anything to make amends.
Yeah, but I'm talking about with me. It's even been when I wasn't in trouble.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
I'm a sensitive man.
Yeah.
I of course. I mean, I worry about the way people feel, like all around me. I don't want anybody feeling bad or sad or feeling depressed or anything like that. If I see somebody that's in a bad way, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, my instinct is to go and help them.
Right.
I guess that's a form of codependency. Wouldn't you say?
Maybe.
But
yes,
we need to be groveling towards God is what we need to be doing.
We just agreed.
Wow.
Whoa.
What happened?
The stars aligned.
They did.
Yeah.
But we need to be groveling at God's feet.
Yeah, we do.
At the feet of Jesus.
Hosea.
You're doing that on purpose.
No, Hosea. The book of Hosea.
Yeah. Tell everybody what you learned about that yesterday.
Yeah,
the insight that God gave you into that.
The insight that from the way I heard it being explained, was that it was a man who married a prostitute.
Yeah.
And she wasn't faithful to him, and they named their kids after a lot of really bad things and all kinds of stuff like that. But the what it was supposed to describe was how God feels when we stray.
Yeah. Feels.
And I remember the feelings that I had. Not that I'm saying anybody ever cheated on me, but I'm saying that I always had those, anxieties in me where I would create this illusion that they were because something was suspicious. And although, and then that would eat at me, and I would feel so jealous and enraged and upset and sad and betrayed and all this flood of emotions that I couldn't handle.
Yeah.
And and the insight was that that's how God feels about us. And see, what I realize is also, I realize. I'm saying that a lot.
Well, you have a lot of realization. You realize that you realize a lot.
Yeah. So I just realized that. So anyways, it reminded me of in my life when I have found myself in a close, intimate relationship with a woman, my walk with God has always suffered. That I was always willing to compromise my relationship with Him to satisfy the relationship with her.
True of us all, man.
And when I do that, I realize now, because of what you were talking about in Hosea. In Hosea, is that's what I was doing to him.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more to the book of Hosea.
Yeah.
It talks about he's not only is he trying to, show us something, but he's also in it, he's showing the prostitute something.
Yeah.
That she would leave and she would go with all the different men.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's her job. That's what she was.
Yeah,
a prostitute.
and then she would say, well, they would stop giving her stuff, like scented oils and clothing and food and stuff. And it basically was proving to her. So basically, he's wanting to prove to Israel that the only reason that they have food and comfort of any sort is because God
she serviced didn't give her things.
Right. He made it to where they wouldn't.
Oh.
She would seek them out and they would not find them. So he was basically showing her that, hey, it's not these men that are providing for you. It's me.
Right.
And I can choose to cut it off if I want to. And he did. And
Right.
he's basically wanting to express that to Israel.
Right.
Wanting them to realize, hey, he's the provider.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that allows you to be able to have the food you need every day, the clothes to put on your back, the shoes to put on your feet, even the gel to put in your hair if you still put gel. I don't know, do they even have gel for hair anymore? Yeah, I don't know why I asked that question.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You don't put gel in your hair?
My hair? See, and the deceiving thing about that is hair is both plural and singular.
That's crazy. Anyways,
I'm going to gel my hair.
God is the provider.
With
Not
the
only
one little piece of hair.
Not only is he our provider, but he's also our comforter. And that's really what we were talking about today was getting comfort in the Lord through Jesus Christ. And he provides everything for us.
Yeah.
Our comfort, our food. I mean, everything that you just rest your eyes upon, he's responsible for.
Yeah.
He's responsible for putting that in your, in your vision and allowing you to appreciate the beauty of the trees, or like you with your morning glories along the fence.
Yeah, I like that. Like
the
morning glories.
And that may be there just for the sole purpose of being a visual stimulant for you.
Yeah.
Something that you really enjoy and you think is very beautiful. Me personally, I like honeysuckle because it smells so good.
Tastes good too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. If you've never eaten honeysuckle, I suggest you try it.
Yeah, but
you got to pull the
you don't want to just start mowing on a.
Yeah, don't eat the flower. you pull the stem down through the, or what would they call
stamen.
It? The stamen.
You pull the stamen out.
The stamen and basically squeeze the sweet stuff out. But it smells so good.
Yeah.
When you're driving through the country out towards where my parents live.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of honeysuckle there across their fences and
There's
stuff.
songs about it.
Oh man, and it's a wonderful, wonderful smell.
So it's kind of, that is really an interesting book because the more you look at it, the more it really is about relationships, not just our relationship with God, but our relationships with other people too.
Yeah.
We a lot of times just don't realize their feelings are the same as ours.
Yeah.
We don't see it from that perspective.
We assume.
Yeah, we assume.
We assume, they wouldn't
And
know.
of course, we always want to, we'd rather be the victim than be the perpetrator, or vice versa. We'd rather be the perpetrator than the victim. So we don't want to see it from another person's perspective either.
Right. And, man, I wish we had more time to talk about this because we finally, well, no, we got about 3 minutes left, but.
So we're out of time.
Yeah, we're just about out of time. But our second half of the show is usually always the best.
Is it?
Because we find something that we can talk about and then boom, we take off with it and then we run out of time.
Yeah.
But, God is the provider. God is the comforter. That's the moral of the story today.
Yes, and that is relationship. He feels the same things that we do.
Yeah, and he made us in His image.
Yeah,
and he's a jealous God.
He is jealous.
He says
Same as we are.
he doesn't deny it.
And only he's not jealous because of fantasy and suspicion. He's jealous because of facts and the truth.
Because whenever we worship other gods besides Him,
or a woman, we put a woman. In a
put her in God's place. Mm-hmm. We start to depend on her for the emotional. I don't know, the feelings. I'm having a difficult time explaining it, but we depend on her for our emotional gratification.
And physical.
And mental. We don't rely on God for that.
Yeah.
The last relationship I was in, I became to the woman what God should be to her.
Right.
And if I'm enabling her to,
and vice versa,
right? And that's why you got to both be focused on God.
We should be after God as much as we would be a woman or a spouse.
Yeah,
especially the one we don't have that. You know what I mean? As a relationship is coming to a realization where it's going to be a relationship.
Yeah,
and it's going to be intimate and close.
Yeah, that's
and unique.
yeah, that's something to really think about. You know, we gotta
The pursuing part.
yeah,
you
we
know?
gotta pursue God the way we would pursue the love of our life.
Yeah,
You know, because that's really who the love of our life should be.
yeah.
Everyone else should come in second.
And that's what I realized last night is that maybe I'm really already in the relationship. That my hoping for a relationship or hoping to be able to live without one
Yeah.
it shouldn't be where I'm at. It should be that
He's the perfect-
I'm in the right relationship. I'm having a relationship with God, and that's the right relationship with the right place for me to be.
Yeah, and God is the perfect lover. I mean, He loves us for everything.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. He never
understand.
stops loving us.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I could have found a better way to put that, but
Well, yeah, it's good.
to pursue God in that aspect is the best way. And you know, we can talk about more of this tomorrow. We got about 40 seconds left of the show today, and I really do appreciate everybody listening in. Looks like we got quite a few listeners now. So, yeah, we're talking about God as the comforter. He's the love of our life, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about it, and if you have any questions or comments, please text us at 417-597-4821, or you can email us at mattandjaymorningdrive@gmail.com. And we really look forward to being able to talk to you all tomorrow. And
This
yeah,
has
my
been
name
The
is
Morning
Matt,
Drive. I'm Jay.
and this has been The Morning Drive.
All right.